urban sprawl in Tanzania, through national parks in Malawi, and now into the tiny Central African country of Rwanda, I was getting closer to the Congo. Although my quest for Rwandan science was ultimately doomed, I learned much more about Rwanda than I'd bargained for. Behind me lies Kigali, the clouded hilltop capital of Rwanda, a beautiful mountain country with some of the most gruesome history in Africa's recent memory. This country has gone from being a ruin, with neighbours killing each other on the streets, houses being destroyed, to one of the fastest growing success stories in Africa in the space of 20 years, and that is a remarkable achievement. And yet, part of the reason it's got this way is an unremitting and brutal dictatorship, and strangely enough it's often masked by smiles towards foreigners. Because Rwanda's trying to reinvent itself as this foreigner-friendly, technologically buoyant little island in the middle of Central Africa, and crackdowns on dissenters are swift and shocking. Often they're hauled away to jail, and a Rwandan jail is not where you want to be. When I first arrived in Kigali, I met a Rwandan adoptee named Safari, who then adopted me. He had a very different opinion of Rwanda.
My name is Safari. I was adopted in 1991. My parents were working. They are white because I was adopted. They decided to adopt me because they really thought that it was the Catholic way to save Africans. I disagree with that, and it's the first time they're coming back after 23 years. Basically, in 1994, the worldwide society let these people down, and for the first time in the history, this country emerged from a dysfunctional society to a more functional society. There's almost no corruption, no crime almost, because people are too disciplined to do things like in Kenya or Uganda or things like that. The streets are clean, they love their country. Most of the Rwandese people, they want to merge from all the bad things in the history to more the future. So basically they learned about the past, about the tribes things. Now the people want to unite each other as Rwanda. These people don't think in tribes anymore, they think as one common, they're all Rwandese.
I returned to Rwanda once before leaving Africa. I was told that Safari had been arrested and was in jail. I was not told the reason. I was not allowed to see him. What's very interesting is that they have a professed love of technology. Now, I think this is part of the new kind of Rwanda. The powers that be in Rwanda are trying to inject new technology, Wi-Fi, laptops, mobile phones, into Rwanda and make it a part of everyday Rwandan cultural life, so that Rwanda can really become a hub, a business hub for all of Central Eastern Africa. And you would have thought with this kind of progressive attitude towards technology that you would get an equally progressive attitude towards scientific research. However, this is not the case. Scientific research must be based on a true representation of the fact, but the problem here is that anything reported outside the party line is quelled. They don't mind bringing in researchers in order to show willing to the international community, but once they're here, they're simply not allowed to do the job the researchers are allowed to do. There isn't that will from the government to allow transparency in the reporting of data. One woman who I met here and who had tried to work for an NGO and simply wasn't allowed to do her job for fear that she might find something which reflected badly on the Rwandan government. The people of Rwanda are still trying to find themselves after the catastrophe of 1994, and there just doesn't seem to be any space for free, frank scientific research in a country which has so many other deep-layered social problems. Anyway, I'm off now to the Congo to complete my journey into the heart of Africa. Mubebe baba pisa